So who's getting changed?
Well, Rip's already got his uniform on.
Clearly.
How do I look?
Mint, do you wanna do the dealing?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah.
Fit
I
something.
basically know how these games work. We'll play Baccarat.
Do we have a really big
That's
jacket?
not a real game, I don't think.
No, it's not.
Do you have like a really big suit that we can put over Mint?
Why? What? Why?
To go over his suit that he's wearing.
Just paint it to look like it.
To look like a suit.
Just paint it to look like it.
I don't see you throwing up any big ideas.
Give me an outfit to change into, and I'll go change into it. I can
Okay.
take my hazard suit
All right,
off.
Mint is now a cocktail waitress. Moving on.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, I got one of those bunny outfits.
Oh
Nice.
God, no!
Yes.
It's all over. Everybody
Damn.
go home.
It's very snug. I like it.
Man, where did you get one of those?
The back.
I'm gonna
From a
go.
Bella
Wi-Fi.
disappears into the back. We're all now bunny people.
No, you're not. I'm not.
Rip puts
I'm
bunny
definitely-
ears on top of his helmet.
Do you like gambling bunnies?
I'll take some bunny ears. I better
Margaret
not.
crosses her eyes and scowls at the rest of the group. Crosses her arms, not her eyes. She does maybe she does cross her eyes. You know, this
You're making faces at me, Margaret.
it's like she's
Bella,
probably
like-
confounded by this completely.
Bella like pulls her eyelids down and sticks her tongue out at Margaret.
Rip just grins very widely.
Anyway, Scarlett is gonna wear a nice dress, which I have posted a picture of in the chat.
This is all foul perversity, both of the spirit and of the body.
It's lovely. I'm sure.
I have no patience for this
I'm sure
nonsense.
Scarlet was the belle
See,
of
this is
wizard
why I
prom.
See, this is why I suggested that Rip should just, be in the big band if he wants, because it's not like we have an even number of players anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me in the band, I can probably play something that'll mess people up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And one good place for a trained scout like Margaret is watching for people who are watching you.
Yes, I will watch to see if anyone comes to mess with your really, really
Oh yeah, you can be
Just
the
audacious and ridiculous plan.
I take out some sunglasses and put them on under my helmet. You can't see them, but they're there.
You just tuck them up under
You
the...
can call me Doc Smulverbolt.
God. Can Margaret wear like a nice tuxedo because she's a
Pardon?
What?
Pardon me?
Like a nice
She's
suit?
not gonna change, Scarlett. She's been over this.
Her face is better, though.
It's very...
Just let her do her thing.
Okay. What about Nav? He doesn't need to change,
I
right?
already changed. What's up with
Oh,
you?
you did. I missed it.
You missed it.
You're not the only person to link a picture in the chat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to move on?
Oh, that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I think we're finally ready to move on.
Okay, we're ready
All
to
right, so
start
Bella puts on
playing.
one of those nice, red vests and black pants and like the white undershirt that's like long sleeves.
That-
So you're dressing up as a
and-
valet?
Yes.
No, I'm dressing up as a dealer. You don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Bella's gonna be one of the dealers then because yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have I thought she and Rip were gonna be playing
That's-
together, but
yeah.
Rip's playing some music instead, so
Pick a table, any table.
I guess I'll just take
Alright.
the big one.
All right.
well, I don't know, I think the big one's like a major attraction. I guess you
Over
can.
here.
That works.
Start
It
populating
is.
tables.
Oh wait, are you dealing? Alright. Actually, forget that. I'm gonna play at Mint's table.
I need a.
I'm gonna go to the crowd and look around for anyone doing anything suspicious or unsightly.
Which is literally everyone.
I wonder if any of
Innovative.
these demons are doing unsightly things.
I'm gonna point out someone doing anything outstandingly suspicious. I glare at people who are betting large amounts of money / souls, just to, make sure they're aware of what they're doing. And also,
Do you have like a pamphlet that you hand out about how
I spike people's drinks to make them less alcoholic.
Well, I've already spiked. Wow.
That really
I've already
works.
spiked their
Okay.
drinks with holy water, so they already have
That's-
trouble thinking correctly.
That's true. Alright.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And they're getting a good shot of Christian ideology, which will probably get them off the booze.
I want everyone to be disappointed this evening as much as possible.
Margaret's like replacing all the drinks with like fruit juice.
Margaret's an official chaperone. That's her position.
I'm here to make sure no one has a good time at all. Fun is not.
How are we going to ruin this hellhole? Oh, I know. Wet blanket. Yes.
Just remind everyone what their mothers would think of them if they knew they were
She
here.
sees two demons on the dance floor dancing too close, and she like separates them. And
She forces
It's
herself
just
in
easy
between them.
there, Sports. You know, you got
Leave
your
room for the
house
Holy
out there.
Spirit, huh?
Ah,
Yeah.
She like puts a ruler in between them to make sure they're the appropriate length apart.
Yeah, guess who that happened to? It's this guy.
I hope it hasn't
I'm
been
sorry.
running.
Whoa there, buddies. We don't need to. We don't need to
I'm sorry.
see this like lip touching thing here.
Hmm.
all right. I'm gonna take my place up about, let's say, right here. Sound good? Can I get a good look at what's going on at the table neck right there?
Which table right where? Oh, the Mint table?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that Mint has slid his thumbnail across the top of a deck of cards and is shuffling.
All right. That's what I'm hoping that I can send Bella some messages through the Song Fist during this,
Okay.
Like
disguised
like-
as me,
code or something.
disguised as part of me playing my songs.
Oh yeah. You'd be able to send rudimentary messages, especially with your time together and your long list of inside jokes and whatnot.
Exactly.
You have history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got one
You know
of those
what? That actually
long
gives me a good idea.
relationships,
I've been thinking about how to change some of my backgrounds. After this, I'm going to change one of my backgrounds to a long history with Rip Smolderboulder.
I think I'll change one of mine to a long history with Bella Canto then.
You could. Oh man, backgrounds are so versatile. I was thinking, you could just model your Song Fist as a background, and that'd be so.
I was
So-
actually earlier.
Hey, yeah, that
Sorry.
works.
Yeah, earlier when he was going to punch the slot machine, I was just like, wait, why isn't your Song Fist the background now?
I'll do that because I've actually got a background I don't really use very much, so I'll rework it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that after this game.
I
Actually.
haven't used in a really long time. I surely should.
Yeah, the way I see it is like if you have backgrounds that you've probably never used, maybe try to rework them to make
Yeah.
them like
Well,
more
There haven't been
enticing.
many times in which history of the Empire has come up, which is Margaret's third background.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I mean, that's pretty much
That's
on
fine.
me.
No, no problem.
I have one background point that I haven't spent on anything because I have no idea what to do with it.
All right.
It's a weird thing.
So, Mint, what are you dealing? What's your game?
My game, I could deal out Septuple Scare, which is a game so complicated that it can barely be understood, and it's just a constant mess of rules triggering other rules, and you always feel like you're winning up until the point where I take all your chips.
Oh, well, that will do really well for the house.
It's the Calvin ball.
But you
of
want
card
to do
games.
badly for the house, don't
Paimon
you?
will be very happy with your table.
We want Paimon to be unhappy, don't we?
This sounds like a
No.
table Bella probably
We
shouldn't
want
play
people
at
to
after all.
leave this table.
Oh.
We want to kill
This-
all the tables except the middle one. I thought.
Essentially, the most important thing is you want at least one of you to win so big that the house is in debt to you, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yes,
Yeah.
that can happen because
The
Bella can see
intermediate
the
steps
marks on
up
the
to that are
cards.
up to you.
What was that, man?
Bella can see the marks on the back of the cards, which means she can cheat really well.
Mm-hmm.
But does Bella even understand the rules of this game that she can play the winning, or do you just mark the ones that would
It
be the
doesn't
winning
matter
card?
because I know what's in your hand because the cards are marked, and so all of my random rule changes will somehow end up
All
falling
right,
in your
that works.
favor
In
by
your
the end of
favor.
the
Okay.
hand.
A lot
Yeah,
of
that
this
works.
is all right. A lot of the success here is going to be based on Mint. Then
Okay.
Hmm.
Mint's ability to make all these things seem like they are not blatantly cheating.
Well,
Sounds-
Bella could constantly be kind of tapping rhythms and stuff to kind of distract people.
Absolutely.
All right, so
So
let's keep
let's-
that 28.
Okay, and Mint, give me a bluff type background check, charisma based.
Okay, so quiz based. Well, I did have to frequently lie and talk fast with a bunch of big words when I was in my
Entirely reasonable.
can fluctuate around the fits there. Oh yeah, that's real bad. Yeah, we'll need to adjust the barometric.
Honestly, that's something he can do all of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's no good. Okay, so let's roll this. 21.
Okay,
21.
Oh wow. Okay, I guess we're
Amazing.
done here.
yeah,
Amazing.
I'm willing to say that, 21 wins.
Sorry, folks.
All right.
I say,
These two guys and two more beside them are pretty cash strapped right now. And Bella's got herself a nice stack of chips. She's won. She could cash out now and win lots of people's intangibles.
intangible.
Lots of intangibles.
As long as it's
But
not
she's
their
gonna
unmentionables, that would be
Yeah.
different.
It's every time you say intangibles, that's what I think.
I like how all
uh,
three of us went for that at the same time.
I don't want their unmentionables.
I do.
Neutral.
Rip winks, but you still can't see it.
Under the sunglasses.
And the helmet.
But Bella knows.
Yeah.
Bella knows.
They've got a
Spelling.
history. Okay. Scarlet, what are you doing at the big table? What are you dealing?
Let's see. I'll just deal a nice game of Axis Hold'em.
Okay.
We're trying to make the people at Scarlet's table lose,
I
right?
like that pun.
No, we want them to win so that people
Oh.
are attracted to this
Oh,
table.
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
People-
Right. Scarlet's table is going to be hot. My table is like sort of.
People are just sort of standing around confused
And
mostly.
Nav's table is
I
going
wanna
to be
drive
win, so he
people-
builds his pot, right? That's the idea.
I want to try and drive
Yeah.
people away from the tables that aren't ours by just acting oppressive, sort of like crossing my arms.
So
oh
you-
yeah, way to go.
You just hover on
Yeah.
Mint so that no matter how much he wins, no one wants to play this table.
I
You
like
could
to
also
think.
you could also do it on the other two tables where we don't have anyone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm doing it on
Yeah.
this table. There's no one here.
I
I'm
like
just
to-
trying to get people to leave.
Well, the one you're next to is where Nav is.
All right, in that case, I'll go over here.
But
No,
I like to think that Margaret's actually really, really good at gambling, like naturally, but she never ever does it because it's like morally bankrupt.
Yeah,
But she probably knows how to do
honestly,
it really
make
well.
money. Well, Margaret probably played a lot of card games in the army. They do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was why initially I thought you would
No,
go
no,
along.
I
with
got it.
gambling,
I got
because
it.
I thought that.
She used to be totally into the card games that she played in the army camps until she lost her dagger or something one day, and then ever since she was like, "Nope, card games are evil. All you've got to stop playing right now."
They're not fair and they're mean and they're morally bankrupt.
I'll leave that up to the viewer.
Have
Anyway,
a nice
I
glass
like
of water and get to bed early.
What sort of check should I roll to try and just intimidate, try and make people's lives on this table miserable?
History of the Empire.
Oh, just
You should start spouting off.
Yeah,
Let's
you
talk
could talk
to-
about all of the history of all these people whose lives have been ruined, and make it charisma based.
Okay, what is Margaret? Margaret has no charisma. It's gonna be
Surprising
great.
nobody.
Yeah, really. I kind
Uh,
of feel like if she rolls badly, it's going to be effective.
5 plus 1. 22. The
It is
charisma
rather
is
effective.
a modifier.
I mean, all these people have come. They've fallen so low. They've come this far. So you aren't going to dissuade them from gaming. But wherever you go, people look less enthused, and they just sort of drift off to other
Oh.
tables, to the slots,
Yeah.
to the betting lines.
I'll also, try and make the slots a bit miserable so they'll help them trip towards the tables. Just like,
The slots are as
Tell them how
miserable as they could
tell them you-
possibly be. You don't.
statistically, you'll only lose money on the slot machines. You're wasting your time. You might as well just be at home. Like, what are you doing?
I think like the one that Rip punched to try to like rig for money. He actually just broke it, and now
Wow.
it just spits out like wrong numbers constantly, and nobody
Yeah,
ever wins
sure.
anything.
That's great.
Okay.
Back to me. I kind of
Yeah, Scarlet.
got.
Give me a roll for how well you are performing this job of having a hot table.
Let's see. Well, I'm not that good with charisma either, but being from Axis and being in a family of fighters and mercenaries, I think Scarlet is familiar with playing cards.
I think so. And since you're dealing with cards that you know what card everyone has, I would say this is intelligence based.
Nice. And level goes into that too?
Yes, it is a background roll.
Okay, that's a 26.
Cool. You know the one thing I don't like about the term backgrounds?
Yeah?
Background checks? That means something else.
Yeah.
That is a phrase that's already taken, you know?
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Rip is extremely used to background checks.
Nav isn't.
Oh.
Margaret makes background checks on people all the time.
Sometimes she doesn't even have to ask them anything. She can just look at them.
I
Yeah.
know your type.
She's like a really good judge of character, but she's also a terrible judge of character. Like, she thinks she's really good, and sometimes she is, but other times she pegs somebody as like
Oh.
something
years, huh?
horrible before.
I see you're wearing a gold ring, piece of shit.
Okay, you aren't as successful as you might believe. Actually, no, fuck it. You are super successful. People here are winning big.
Luckily, Axis Hold'em is a game that pays out. It's a game that goes. It's a game that goes horribly for the house when people win.
Unfortunately, Paimon notices the big stacks accumulating in front of these people and informs you it's your break, and he'd like to speak with you.
Okay.
Who's taking over for Scarlet then?
I'll take my turn in the scene.
Yeah, you take your turn in the scene.
As Scarlet walks by and Nav, camera focuses on him, and he's just, playing a normal game, chatting it up with other people, just completely run-of-the-mill, breaking even, boring shit. And
I'm gonna go to a gambling table that isn't currently being used and start drinking there so no one else can use it.
Just laying on the table.
Occupying
What are
it.
you drinking? Tonic
Oh, you
water?
know, like
With
very
nothing
light.
in it?
Margaret drinks like very light alcohol. You know, she isn't completely doesn't abstain completely.
She's drinking light beer.
Near beer.
Ugh.
Oh man, can you imagine Margaret going through like an entire 18-pack of those Miller Lite Punch Tops?
What's the plural of High Life?
Okay, so Nav is just playing, and then next hand gets dealt, he's about to pick it up, and then suddenly he has a flashback to all the many times that he's been in similar gambling places, and he's always seen that the best people seem to have some personal connection to the Prince of Shadows. Some of them even brag that they met the guy personally. But they just had a very, very unique knack for gambling, and I think that Nav being around them so often has probably learned a thing or two from that. So thinking about that, he smiles, doesn't look at his cards, and pushes his whole pot in.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. What game does this happen to be?
I'm thinking this is some kind of crazy poker type cards thing where not looking at your hand should be really stupid.
Oh,
But Nav looks so goddamn smug.
all right.
Just look at his pot.
I'm going to roll your hand for you, and I'm going to do it privately. I'm not sure. Are rolls ever private?
No,
Oh.
that's a pretty good.
Well, Nav gets 4 of a kind.
Yeah. So
Hey,
way
I
to go
have
on that, bud.
Hey, I have 5 of a kind. Looking at the back of these cards is all I'm interested in. So I'm going to push my entire pot in, and I kick my feet up on the table, and I just kind of smile at the guy next to me and go, "Hey, how's your hand?"
How's
Let's
it
see
going?
how his hand is.
What's up?
His hand
I
is
hope
up,
you at least shake
a
somebody
pair.
into folding with that.
and yeah. All right, somebody had. There are actually some very good hands around you, but yeah, one person folds immediately. One guy tries to call your bluff, and he goes all the way to the end with 2 pair. He's no good. And you. Half the people folded, half went all in, and you just took the table. It's all over but the crying.
I flick a big chip to the dealer as a tip, and then wander over to this table.
All right, here's how this is going to work. For the rest of the night, for spending that, Nav is going to get, on any sort of D20 base gambling check, he's going to get a +2. And for anything like that poker hand that's D6s, we're going to let him re-roll up to 2 cards he gets.
Sweet.
All right.
I'm the best.
Yeah. It's like you're drawing, but without having this, draw.
I can't remember the icon rolls I made last session.
I can tell you which ones were successful.
Okay.
You are Margaret. Therefore, you got a 5 with an Archmage and a 5 with the Emperor.
Great. Oh.
Now remember, you can spend these any way you like. You can even spend them as gambling currency, which would be fun.
Shame it wasn't a 5.
They're both
Wait,
5s.
is that what Nav just spent, or what?
Yeah, he just spent his 6 with the POS. He continues to have 2 banked 6s with the Lich King.
Wow.
I think I'll call those in at the most inopportune time for our party.
Seems fair.
Man, I wish they were 5s though.
5s are always more fun.
Well, good news. You don't have any.
Oh.
But you have your own
And I don't
6 with
have
the Prince of
any dice at
Shadows.
all.
Yeah.
Can I roll new relationship die?
You could do a balladeer or something.
I don't have.
Rick could do a balladeer for everybody or something.
So anyway, meanwhile, Paimon is gonna tell Scarlet that, hey, I thought you were in my corner. I thought you were gonna help out. I mean, I know the chips fall where they do, but come on, we're losing on your table. You're gonna sit out for a while, all right?
No. It's all part of the plan, Paimon.
How is the place losing money the plan? I don't like this plan.
No, people, they win big early on, and then other people see them winning. They want to play. Everybody's marching to the table, and then they get reckless. They start losing. We make more money overall.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's why I've got my man dealing cards now.
Oh, this guy's an asshole.
Paimon has gotten a bit more perceptive than we thought he would be, it seems.
Paimon's thing is that he's always been very, very good at following orders, and his orders are to make this work.
This spoiler that is fucking bleeding out all over the cards.
Yeah, I just copied a bunch of pogs. Pay no mind.
We need to get
Don't worry
Paimon
about it.
distracted for a while so he can't mess up our business.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know those other 2 6s I have?
The Lich King ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a letter to Corson.
Oh.
Fun with that. Scarlet, are you gonna take this break time sitting down, or what are you gonna do with
I'm
yourself?
trying to think if there's some way to I'm trying to think of a way to convince him to let me go back.
Well, you've already tried convincing him this is all part of your plan. If you could continue to try to convince him that you're the best one to close the deal and not one of his house dealers.
Could I use prestidigitation to show him an impressive display of card shuffling that would show him that I know what I'm doing?
I guess. I mean, card shuffling doesn't generally win money, is the problem.
No. I mean, God, that's not a good idea at all.
But if they switch, they'll know that the table's not hot anymore. And they'll back off because it's like, oh, it's someone else now.
Oh, that's true. Like, if you use a new dealer, people may not know that the table's hot anymore.
Yeah. Since that is a very good argument, if you want to do a convincing type background check, you'll get a +2 on it.
I don't have any backgrounds that are good with this.
With convincing people of things?
I guess adventurers convince people?
What, like your adventuring family one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
sure
don't know
in the
why.
course of, being an adventuring family, you've had to work out a few deals.
I'm sure
I suppose so,
Alger
like,
Dad
I've
was
had
a
to-
very suave and charismatic fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Bad Jonan.
sure I could come up with some way.
Algernon and Alger Mom, yes.
That, God.
I forgot.
Algernon.
Alger Dad was like, a giant worm, and Alger Mom was this sweet little girl from out in the
God.
countryside.
Anyway, I suppose I could do that to,
That's what I would do.
I don't know, like sort of. I guess I don't know. I guess the only thing I can think of it would just means that I'm good at being assertive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that's good enough, because I'm
Yeah.
kind of lost. Would this be a charisma?
Yes, it would. Very much so.
So I have a -1 to charisma. But that's a +2, +5, +4. It's a 25.
All right, he's seeing. He leans over and sees that these marks are already looking uneasy, and he's regretfully sends you back, but with the warning that, all right, if you don't close this deal soon, I'm pulling you out permanently, rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
We should all start trying to
Understood.
make our way over there pretty
Yeah.
quick, then.
So it's time for people at this table to start losing.
Yep. Fortunately, Nav is there.
Exactly. Also, Margaret is the first to notice that a change has begun happening on the floor.
What?